Hi, scrolling along with Susan. Hey, I'm back at my computer. I'm going to be showing you a new way that I design with Inkscape. I'll be doing a 3D tumbling block pattern that I'll be cutting out later on my scroll saw. So if you're interested in maybe designing your own, this is how I do it. And I am using Inkscape, which is a free program to upload onto your computer that will give you all sizes and shapes and the ways that you create your own patterns. Now I'm going to be doing a quilt block pattern called a tumbling block, and it's kind of complicated with a 30-degree type angles. So I am using this to make it a little bit easier. Now here's a clean slate. Now your screen might look a little different than mine because I've uploaded some things here onto this. That's okay. I'm going to show you how to pull up each function that we need. So I'm going to be starting over here. It's going to be it's a new project already, and I'm going to go right to view, clicking on, because I want a page grid on this. I want exact the placement for my 3D cube. And I'm going to come over here to where it says Star Polygon Tool. Click on that. I want to use this one here, and I want it to have 3 corners. So basically it's going to be a triangle. Now I want to make sure you come over here, hold the button down, and it will give you your triangle. And I'm going to, the reason I have the grids on there is because I want it to be as exact as possible. There we go. Come up to this arrow, click on that so that you have your arrows completely surrounding your tool. Now mine has an edge line on there. If yours does not, I will show you how to do that later on. Now I want to right click, duplicate. Come up here and hold down the left button and you can move your new one down here. Okay, so let's just go in the middle of the screen here. Now I'm going to come up here, left click it, and up here it shows you how you can turn it all the way around. I want it upside down. There are a bunch of different functions up here that will help you do that. Flip vertical, flip horizontal, rotate 90 degrees. Okay, left click again, move it so that it is perfectly aligned. And I tell you what, I am going to hit the plus sign on my keyboard so that I can get it a little bit larger and make sure that I'm quite accurate. There we go. No, it's not quite accurate here. This is important. You got to get this one right. Well, you want to get all of them right, but this is a really important one. So take your time with it. Okay, I'm going to minus back out again so that I have room to work. There we go. I'm going to left click, get all of it together, come up here to object, path union, so that it is all together as one unit. So when I move it, it moves together. So up here with the arrow, always click that on and then click left click so that you have these arrows surrounding your picture. If you want to change the color, once this is accessed down here at the bottom, you can change the middle to white. Well, let's see here. Red, white, whatever color that you want. For this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and go with a gray. There we go. Now, to get a border around each one of your pieces, what you will need to do is go up here to Object, click on Fill and Stroke. That will make this over here. You will have Fill, Stroke Paint, Stroke Style. You want how thick this border is going to be, and that's a Stroke Style. And right up here you can click on and you watch it grow much larger, smaller, And I just want a little bit of a line because that's what I'm going to be cutting out. And I want it to definitely be black. So I'm keeping it at about, I don't know, probably about 1.5. So there's just a nice, or 1 and 1.3, just a nice little stroke on the outside. All right, now we're going to go back here and we're going to right click and duplicate. Right click, duplicate, so that I have 3 of them duplicated. Left click, drag, left click, drag. Now I have 3 of these symbols. I want to work first of all with this one. I'm going to have it at a degree angle this direction here. So I'm going to first of all change the color. I want to be a little bit lighter gray so I can look at the difference between these. Way over here there's a transform button, or if you do not have it, you can go up to object, come down here to transform, and you will get this display over here. I'm going to be working with 30-degree angles, 30.00. Just make sure you have that in there. And now that this is clicked, it's got the red, it's got the arrows around it, you hit apply. That's 30 degrees, 30 degrees, there. That's what I want for the top part of this box. Now I'm going to click on this one, bring it up a little bit. This will show you it's going to be turning towards clockwise. This is counterclockwise. I want this to be clockwise, so that is on. I'm going to hit apply. Actually, that's perfect at that 30 degrees. Putting it right up here, you want to make sure it fits perfectly. So we are going to make sure to hit the plus sign to make things a lot larger once we get this all set. This one I'm going to click on. I'm going to change the color so you can see the difference, or see this side different from the other ones. I'm going to go counterclockwise, 30 degrees, apply, and this left clicking will fit right in its spot. Now I'm going to hit my plus sign on my keyboard again to get it a little bit larger so I can see what I need to correct. And I can see right there, this is very important to get it exact, because this is how all of your pieces are going to be fitting together. So take your time with this. All right, looks like everything's lining up pretty good. All right, so I'm going to minus back out. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to left click outside, take everything together, come up to object, click, group, click. Now it will move as one unit. A little bit smaller. And now I can do a right click, duplicate, left click, hold it down, move your spot, move it to the exact spot. Again, you want this to be exact. I'm going to right click, duplicate, left click, move it down to be exact. Right click, duplicate, left click. Again, this, I'm doing this quickly, but you would want to take your time with this. Duplicate. Now if you want to mess with the colors and make them a little bit easier to see, if you want everything to be aiming one direction, right now it looks like the blocks are facing to the left. Once you get them all, I tell you what, that's way off. I'm going to hit the plus sign again to get them right up close. Looks like I need to adjust here. And they're all moving individually right now because I have not grouped them together. That way I can get exact. Oh, that looks pretty darn good. I'm going to minus again, left click, drag to cover all of them, come up here to object, group. Now they're going to be moving as one unit. Now I have to decide what size I want to make these. Up here at the top, you have the width and the height. I'm going to change it because I'm in America. I want to work with inches, and I want this to be 5 inches by 5 inches. 5, 0, 0. I know it looks funny right now, but it will make sense. 5.00. So everything stays in the same size. I'm going to plus so it's closer so I can see what I'm doing here. My block that I'm going to make is going to be a 5.5 square. So the next step I'm going to do is to go over here, and I'm going to put a square around it. Right now it's got a yellow. I'm going to change that, so that's not a big deal. Okay, let's just change this up arrow. I'm going to change this to, let's just do that color. I want this to be 5.5 by 5.5. Here's my inches. I'm going to go back here. 5.500. 5.500. All right. I want this to be on the bottom. So I'm going to come up here, make sure that you've got your arrows around the whole side, all of it. And I am going to lower layer. Nope, sorry. Let's go back to object and lower. There we go. Now it's underneath. And then you can position just the way you want to print it out. You know, these colors are a little bit harder to see, but you can change and put whatever colors that you want. You can change them all to a clear, whatever you want. When you're printing these out and placing them on the wood to cut out, do it whatever is easier for you. I can definitely tell you that this one on the outside, I'm going to make a lot lighter. I need to make it different than the background, but yeah, a lot lighter because I don't want to use that much ink when I'm printing it out. I am going to left click, put everything together, group, back to object, group. And now it'll all move as one. You are ready to save and print this out. I hope you give it a try, and the next thing you're going to be seeing me doing is cutting this out on my scroll saw. I will be layering it 3 layers deep. I'm going to save this as 3D cubes. 3D cubes. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.